Hey, Liam, just overall thoughts winning the AFC South.
Yeah, very proud of this group, the resiliency of this group, the mental toughness of this group. Obviously started a little bit hot in ways and then had a tough stretch, and you're up 20 in the fourth quarter and end up losing a game, and then to turn this thing around and for these guys to stay the course, keep allowing us to keep coaching. They're a fun, special group to be around.
Why was it important today for Trevor to get to the 4,000? Seemed like you guys pulled him right after that.
Yeah, I think just the year that he's had, especially since the bye, the way that he's playing at an MVP caliber, he's earned it. He's playing at such a high level. The players all love him. They trust him. They believe in him, as do we as coaches. And so you want those kind of things for players like that.
Liam, how happy were you with the response from this club? You go 3 and out. They get the ball, they come down, score a touchdown, but then you guys blow them out of the stadium.
Yeah, it wasn't an ideal start by any means. Simmons us early on and made a great play. We went backwards on the first drive, which wasn't ideal, and they obviously had a good drive that they put together on us with a critical third down conversion. And then, it's just the maturity of this team, I think. Nobody flinched, nobody blinked. They just kind of kept doing their job one play at a time. We talked about championship execution throughout the entire game, and I think after that you saw that.
Liam, you and Tony and even James exchanged a hug there at the end. The validation of, I get that all the goals are really in front of you, but the validation of winning a division title in year one and 13 wins, do all these things that this franchise has never done, what does that mean for you in that locker room?
Yeah, it's, Tony and James and I are, it's a pretty cool relationship. It obviously goes beyond just a working friendship, and I can't thank them enough for their support. And we truly do it all together. That's the cool part. Like, everything that we do, every decision that we make is together, is a group effort. And to have Tony, to have James in their roles and how, the continuity that we have, I think the players feel it. I think the guys in the locker room all believe that we're on the same page, and that the amount of time that we put into these guys, the amount of energy that gets put into these guys. Tony says it all the time, it's all about the grass. It's all about the grass, and it's all about these players and trying to make their lives as nice, as good as possible, as continuing to elevate and raise the standard, and I think those guys are all in.
Coach, how much of what you've seen throughout the course of this season and what we've seen kind of mirrors or matches what you envisioned when you were first touring the facilities here 50 or so weeks ago? It's been a hell of a turnaround, obviously.
Yeah, I think it's, you never know going into a season what it's going to truly look like, right? Because every year is so much of its own entity, and, you're only trying to focus so singularly on getting better each week and improving and not trying to live in the results. And I think that's something that we've, tried to do since we got here, was really focus on the process of, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, OTAs, training camp, and just live in those moments, which is, I think, what allows you to now enjoy these kind of moments, to where you win 13 games, a lot of records and stuff that are really cool for these guys, both individually and collectively as a team. To win the division in year one, for sure, very special, but a lot of work to do still.
You've talked about on a week-to-week basis how, arguably the most impressive part of this group is when there were some early downs, they overcame adversity. Now this 8-game win streak where they haven't necessarily gone overboard as far as being positive. How do things change, or do they at all? Now it's win or go home.
Yeah, I think that's kind of been how we've been playing in a lot of ways. And the way that we've been approaching each week has been almost playoff mentality for a while now. We haven't talked about playoffs, but I think that they understand the severity of what's at stake and where we're at, and that truly it's win or go home at this point. And they've taken it so, like we talked about last night, today is the biggest game in franchise history because it's the next one. That's it, because it's the next one. And that's been the mindset and mentality of this group. They've stayed even keeled, and I think that, there's confidence. This team has confidence, but they're not overlooking anybody, and they know that whoever comes here has to play us.
Just in terms of how much a crowd can affect, the operation, pass rush, all that, how important is it to have a home playoff game?
It's huge. I've seen so many cool pictures of the 22 game here at home and what that crowd did and what the community can do for a football team and what a football team can do for a community. And I think that the majority of these guys, like, they all want to play. They all want to play. The whole team, they want to play in front of this crowd. I remember hearing Brenton Strange's comments a couple of weeks ago about, yeah, it's cool to go on the road and play in some cool atmospheres, but there's nothing like playing at home in front of this crowd and in front of this community. So we need them all. We need all of Duval to come out.
Hey, Liam, just Antonio Johnson, pick 6. It seems like he's able to do so many different things for you guys, whether he's a backup or a starter. What has he meant to this team?
Man, so we were talking about him before the game, actually. Tony and James and I were talking about Antonio's just his growth since we got here and how much he has continued to grow as a person, as a player, as a pro. And, man, every week it just seems like he's making a big play for us and stepping up in critical moments. And you would say, I mean, that play really kind of took this game into a different direction. And so I really am proud of Antonio and the way that he's continued to grow. All good?
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
Hey, Josh, what does winning in the division mean? I mean, you've done it before, but what does it mean for this group this year and doing it that way against that team?
Means we get another opportunity to play another game, first and foremost. And then the way we finish, that's the expectations that we have for each other, to hold to each other. When we don't, it's funny because when we don't make the tackle or we don't make the play or we're wrong, guys aren't saying, come on, you got to get there. The first person is to hold each other accountable is the person that messed up. And I think that's the coolest thing about our team. And I think that's one of the best qualities that we have for each other is that we care about each other and we care to make the play for each other. And I think that's the reason why we're in the situation we are in today. But, that was one, we have a one-game-a-week mentality, which we've always had, but this is the real deal, and we just got to take it up another notch.
Josh, can you describe the achievement of leading the NFL in run defense this year, what that means to you guys as, building this defense moving forward?
I mean, that was I was kind of getting a little nervous, man. They kept running the ball that last drive, man. I'm like, come on, man. They had 41. Don't mess it up for us, guys. But they held it in for us. But that's a testament. I think it starts with D-Ham. I know in the summer, man, I sat up here and I said D-Ham's the best nose in the game, and I'm going to say it again. D-Ham was the best nose all year, I think. He was the reason why our defense is the best defense at doing that particular job. The easiest thing to do in the National Football League is turn around and hand the ball off to a running back. And when it's difficult to do because of the guys that we have up front, man, it becomes a problem. And then it opens the games to guys like myself, Trey, Eric, to go out there and rush the passer. Shout out to D-Ham, Matt Dickerson, AJ. Those guys do all the work for us, man, and Eric as well. So those guys do all the work, man, and we kind of set the edges and force everything back inside. And,
Hey, Josh, Antonio Johnson gets the pick 6. Just what have you seen from him throughout the season? You've been with him for the last few years now. I
mean, AJ knows how I feel with him. When Eric Murray got hurt, it was his time to step up. I always thought AJ was, I still think AJ is a great player, great playmaker. He's going to be a great playmaker for us, continue to be one. And so when Eric got hurt and it was his time to step up, I think it was, he started off a little slow, but then that's when us as brothers, us as guys that's been there, grab hold of those guys and just kind of lead them down that right direction, giving them confidence, telling them the truth, telling them that it's your time and we need you. It's not, you're not going to take a play off or play here. You're going to play the whole game, and we need that execution every single play. And he was a guy that bought into that fully. And you could tell by the plays that he's 5 picks now, a pick 6. And for me, man, just to see that progression, man, it just makes me very happy. Seeing a young guy develop and become a superstar in the making. And I think if he continue to progress and continue to take it one day at a time, keep his process going, again, he'll become the superstar that we know he can be.
How important has that process been for the defense this season, just to make sure that everybody understands what they have to do and sort of not falling back but rising forward?
I think we know. We're on this stretch right now of winning because we've been doing it the right way. And it starts in practice. We take practice very serious from Monday, to Wednesday, all the way to Saturday. Those reps that we take are crucial, and we're very serious about it. And we just, keep progressing each and every day. And we get to Sunday with confidence. Sunday knowing that, I don't got to play my best. And that's the best. Sorry, I'm about to sidetrack a little bit because I think this is very important. It's very cool to realize, for me as a player, the position that I am, that I don't have to have the best game to have a win like this or to win games, because other guys are having their moments as well, that I can continue to do what I do but celebrate those guys and celebrate those moments. And when it is my time to go, it's my time to go. And AJ was like, was it my best game? I don't know. Was it my most impactful game? Probably wasn't. I did a lot of good things, but to sit back there and watch AJ get that pick, and for me, what can I do to help? To get a block. Run my butt off to get a block so he can find his way in the end zone, so he can have his moment. And that's what we have a collective of guys to do. And I think, again, that's what makes our team special.
Josh, you were one of the guys that was here the last time the city hosted a playoff game. What does it mean to you to be here for another one? And how can, being home for a playoff game really help you guys on the field?
I mean, it's crucial. Obviously, we don't got to travel anywhere. We can sleep in our own beds. Spend more time with the fam. And that's all, that's who we are as human beings. I'm a family man. I'm married, got 3 kids. I enjoy my time with them. And if we can keep it a home game and I can, continue to spend time with them, I think I would love to appreciate that. My kids appreciate it as well. But also to be in front of our fans, to get energy. Hell, I think we just had the longest wave in existence. I just thought that was pretty cool as well. But I love our fans, man. I love when I hear Duval in the crowd chanting as loud as you can. I think that's an intimidating factor for us that we can kind of hold on to a little bit more. So in the playoff game, let's get a little bit more of that, a little bit more juice in the stands, and go get the next one.
I'm going to ask something that's outside of you guys' control, so I apologize. Seeing everything Trevor's done during this surge, seeing him up close, do you think he should get some MVP love just for what he's done this year?
Yeah. I think with Trevor, I'm just speak about Trevor. I think Trevor is having a phenomenal year, especially the season when we needed to play great football, he took that and went off with it. And we're in this position because of him as well, And for us as a defense, we have to complement that. And that's what we're doing. And we got his back. We're going to let him flourish and let him do his thing. Let's not let him score a lot of points. Hold him to field goals as much as we can, and give our offense opportunities to go down the field and make a lot of plays. And that's what they've been doing. But we talk about our team, and we have guys that deserve the right to have the spotlight, to be one of the best in the world. And, the Pro Bowl snubs and all that extra stuff, that should be personal, you know what I mean? Because we have a lot of guys that deserve to be in those spots. I think when the all-pro ballots come out, I think we're going to have a lot of guys, we're going to have 1 or 2 guys in those spots. And that's what we want. That's what we need. That's what we deserve, because I think our defense is one of the best defenses in the National Football League. I think I would love to get talked about more. But I know a lot of guys don't watch a lot of film, and they don't want to watch film about the Jaguars, and that's okay. And we're going to keep playing at a high level, keep executing, and do what we do best.
Josh, you know what the culture was like, what everything was like here last year at the end, especially and now where you guys have come and where you are right now, AFC South champs. I mean, where does Liam Coen fit into that Coach of the Year conversation for all the stuff that he's kind of helped you guys get to at this point?
Again, we talk about the Coach of the Year. It goes back to, Trevor being an MVP, Devin being all-pro, Pro Bowl. We have guys that deserve to be in those spotlights. Will we get them? We don't know. But they are deserving to be in that spotlight, to be considered one of the best, if not the best. And Coach Coen is one of those guys as well that deserves to kind of be in that spotlight. And only time will tell if people make the right decision. I think that's a testament. If he does get it, that's a testament to the team that he does have. They kind of play for that. They kind of have his back, and he has our backs. And, we love him. We love playing for him. We're going to continue to play at a high level with him. Thanks, Josh. Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it. Congratulations.
Trevor, just your thoughts on being AFC South champions and winning 13 games and what it does for this franchise and the city.
Man, it's been an awesome year, and just to finish it this way, be able to win the division. Obviously, it took a lot of focus and grit throughout the season, and just taking it 1 week at a time. We had some ups and some downs, and you look at how we're playing now. I feel like we're playing our best ball at the most important time going into the playoffs. So, it feels awesome. It's not easy to do. I mean, we've been here few years now and only won one division championship, so we're definitely appreciative of the fact that it's not an easy thing to do, especially you look at our division and the teams that are playing well in the competition. And so definitely proud of that. We know there's more for us. It doesn't stop here. We put in all this work to get here. Let's not let it go to waste. We got a big opportunity this week. We'll see who we play later tonight, and got it here again in front of our home crowd, and excited. The fans were awesome today. Expect the same next week. It's going to be rocking, and it'll be exciting.
Trevor, first of all, do they have some division champ merch for Baby Shay for her birthday?
Is there? Are you asking?
I'm asking if they have it for you. They should.
I don't think so. She can wear my hat. It'll be a little too big. So.
Okay. Secondly, I know the focus for you guys is obviously on what's ahead and the excitement of a championship run, but I was hoping you could reflect back on your first year with your new coach. I know he kind of broke you down a little bit in training camp to build you back up, but whether it was fundamentals, schematics, or anything else, what has Coach Coen meant to you and you becoming a better football player?
Yeah, he's been a lot to me. Just our relationship has been really cool to see how we've built that and it's progressed, and just the conversations that we have really constantly throughout the week. And it all started back in the spring, obviously, when he first took the job, and building that relationship from the very beginning and having honest conversations with each other and things that, obviously the good things that he saw in my game, but also the things I needed to improve. And we talked a lot about those things, and got on the same page, and those were some great conversations now looking back on it, where we could really start from the ground up and work on my game, work on this offense, put it together. And obviously it took us a few weeks. It wasn't right off the bat we were rolling and clicking on all cylinders necessarily on offense, but to see the progression and to see just the attention to detail from the coaching staff, not just Liam, but obviously it's led by him, just the attention to detail throughout the week and the game planning, feeling the preparation on Sundays, feeling it come to life. And I think just stacking all those days and all those weeks now is why we're playing so much better offensively, because sometimes it takes some time. But now we have so many reps, and really we're ready for whatever the defense throws at us. And it's not always perfect, but it's been a fun progression, and he's a hell of a coach, and I'm glad he's here in Jacksonville and very thankful for him.
38 total touchdowns, the single-season franchise record now. Did that mean anything to you? Does that mean anything to you? And along with that, I think 4,000 yards again. They kept you in for that one. Any other? Oh, and second all-time now in passing yards.
It's good. Yeah, I think it's just a testament to this team and the season that we're having. Is you never do it alone. Can't throw the ball to myself, can't block for myself. Like, there's so many people that are involved in that. The coaches, the game plans, the stuff that we're doing, getting guys open. There's just so much, and our defense getting us the ball back. It's really everyone has a part in that. For individual success, it's always because of the team and because of the unit. So, but I do take pride in that. It's something I want to play well, and part of that is putting up numbers. That's not the most important thing, but usually it tells some of the story. So, proud of that and proud of our group that we've been able to accomplish that. It's a whole unit accomplishment, not just me. But yeah, it's been some great players here, so it's definitely a cool thing.
Hey, Trevor, I guess the offense functioning at a high level the way it is right now, when did that really kind of kick in again for you guys this year? And can it continue? Is there another level to get to with this group? I mean, you scored like 30 points 7 times this year.
I don't necessarily know if it's another level. I just think it's even more consistency, and that's always what you're chasing is perfection in a way. There's always things to learn from in a game. I mean, you see how we started today. It started pretty slow. Didn't start great on our first series, so that's something that you can take and say, hey, we gotta start better. Can't put our defense on the field right away after we took the ball. We went 3 and out. Then just some plays here and there that we didn't hit on, whether it's me and maybe need to keep progressing, or I missed a throw, or some of the run game targeting, whatever it is. I mean, there's always room for improvement, and I think that's the great thing about our group is we haven't ever felt like we made it, even though we've had some games where we've scored a lot of points and done some good things. There's always been that step that we take back on Monday, Tuesday, and look at it and say, look, we got to get better at this. These are things that we have to improve on. It's not just watching all the highlights and saying, man, we played great, and just let's go do it again. You're trying to get better at all the stuff that you didn't do right in the game. So I think that's why you're seeing the growth over the season, is because we take those little things, the mistakes, the plays that didn't go well, and we get better from them. So we got to continue to do that, and obviously we're scoring a lot of points, and that's great. We got to keep doing that, but we got to make the improvements.
Trevor, you won the division title today on an 8-game winning streak. The Texans were at your heels the whole way. Did you feel that at all? And if you did it make it feel like a playoff stretch for you the last couple of weeks? And if you did, does that help you guys going into the playoffs, that you've kind of been in this win mentality since the middle of November?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good question. I wouldn't say it's something that you focus on as someone else, because it's just we have enough to take care of on our end. We got games to prepare for and playing good teams, and you got to go win those games. So, but looking back on it, you look at how the season's gone and how big all these wins have been, because we had to have them to win the division. So I think the lesson is just you never know what's going to happen, and you just have to worry about yourself and control what you can control and just play it week by week. And we were able to do that and put together a good stretch and win all these games, and we needed it or we wouldn't have won the division. So I think that's the lesson, is just keep playing. And just because you have the division lead, that doesn't mean anything. I mean, you guys remember in 22 when Titans had the lead and we were 4-8 and we ended up winning the division. So you have to keep playing. You can't think just because you got the lead midway through the season that you got the division locked down.
Trevor, can you tell us about what just happened in the locker room and what Jarian gave you, and what the defense has given you gifts, and what that was all about?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw. I got a grill, so I didn't wear it up here, but yeah. There's some like pictures going around for the last month or so with me, like AI picture with a grill on, and so it's pretty funny. And then people have been asking me when I'm going to get one. I'm like, don't plan on getting one, but they got me one. So I think there was some guys from the team, and then some. I think somehow my wife might have been involved in that, getting my teeth measurements or something, because it fit. So something's going on there, but pretty funny. It's just been awesome this year with the team, and just how close we are. I think that's really a fun part of it.
That's defensive guys giving you. I mean, Jerry, gave you the box and all that stuff.
Yeah. It's we're a team. There's offense, defense, special teams, but we all come together, and I think that's been one of the strongest parts of our team is the complementary aspect of it and having each other's back. When we need a stop, we get one. When we need to go score and pick the defense up, we do it. And special teams has been making huge plays all year. So we're all in it together, and there's never been, even early on the season when, we might have had some struggles offensively, there's never been that feeling of, man, we're in this on our own, as far as pointing the finger. And, you do have that sometimes when things aren't going great. And it's just been a fun year, and everybody's been together, and we got more games to play, so excited for that, and we got to keep earning more.
Your first year here, your first playoff attempt here, you guys through the back door and basically snuck in with a lot of come from behind wins, and you've done a really nice job this year of the lack of respect card. But it feels like during this 8-game win streak, especially the last couple of weeks, even the biggest pundits out there are really beginning to recognize and credit you. So how different is it, and how are you able to keep out, now positive noise compared to what was once criticism?
Yeah, I think, using everything as fuel and put a chip on our shoulder is valuable at times, but it's never really been about that for our group. I mean, I think the edge and the chip on the shoulder that we play with is something different. It's guys that's comes from within in our team, and it's not something that's going to go away, regardless of what people are saying, if they're saying good stuff. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I mean, the playoffs, like, you get to prove it. We're going to go play whoever this coming week, and we win, we get to keep playing, and then we're going to play the team that won the week before against somebody else, and you just keep going, and we'll see where it all ends up at the end of the day. And we know that, like I said, we have all the confidence that we can beat anybody, but you got to play well. And that's what it's about, is playing better than a team for 3 hours, one day. And that's the playoffs. So we got to get ready to go this week, regardless of who we're playing. Going to be a good team, and we'll be ready to go. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.